Hi and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I'm so glad you joined me in the treehouse today. Today we're going to make a Scenic Z-fold card. And as you can see, this is why it's the Z-fold. And it's Scenic because we're using some DSP, Designer Series paper, that's 6x6, and this way it's a great way to display it. So let's get started. Let me show you a few others that I've done. This is using the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP that's currently in the, I think it's the online exclusive online products. And here's another one, just a different scene, same set of paper. And so that was using Pool Party, and then I used one that was, the background is Pretty Peacock. And then here's another one, and it's a Misty Moonlight. So, and of course you could change up the sentiments. I just did mine with the circle, and originally I did some with the Feels Like Frost. This is an older retired set. I didn't put my white piece in here, and the sentiments that I used on these, it just looks so cool. The sentiments are all from retired ones, and let's see, I think I brought them to show you. This is one, the Jolly Holly. I used the May Your Season Be Bright and Merry, and on the inside I used A Joyful Christmas to You. And I've also used another retired one, Wishing You a Merry Christmas. So depending on the paper, some of them I thought didn't look very merry and bright, and so I changed it and I used Wishing You a Merry Christmas for those. So let me show you how we did it. And this is these are the 6x6 papers, and I don't know if you can see them all, but anyway, I think this one is probably my favorite. So let's use that one. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it and get the paper trimmer out, and I'm going to cut it. You want to leave the width at the 6 inches, and you just want to be able to cut off some from the top and the bottom, however it would look the best, to get to achieve 5 1/4 inches in height. So I'm not going to, I don't want to cut off too much of the bottom, so I'm probably just going to go with just 1/4 inch on the bottom. And then I'm going to flip it around, and then I'll probably do, to make it, I'll do a half to get it to the 5 1/4 mark, and I'll take that off of the top. Okay, so now we've got 5 1/4. All right, we're going to turn it back around. So the 6 inch side is across the top, and now we're going to cut it into 3 different panels. And the first one is going to be, and I didn't write my stuff down, I think it's 2 3/4. Let me double check if the measurements are in the other room. Let's see if I remembered it right. Yes, I think it's 2 3/4. Actually, I think I've got it right here to double check. Let me slide that down. And yes, it is indeed 2 3/4. I don't want to waste my paper, so 2 3/4. We're going to cut it here. Let me slide that one over. The next cut that you're going to make will be at 1 1/8. So I'm going to move it just 1 1/8. Cut it again. And then the remaining piece, you don't have to cut. The remaining piece will be 2 1/8. So we've got those cut. Let me cut our base. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight again, and this is the full sheet of paper. I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2, and I only need the one. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, which is the normal score mark, and then I'm also going to score it at 1 1/2. So I'm going to slide to 1 1/2 and score that. All right, now we can move our paper trimmer out of the way. And now I'm going to get my bone folder and we're going to fold it. We're going to fold and burnish this way, which is the normal way. And then we're going to fold it this way, I think. Let me double check. I have to put my paper here and see if that's it. That is correctamundo. All right. So now, have it fold this way. All right. All right. And so now, basically, we're going to put it together. We'll go back and do the sentiment in just a moment. So just be sure you've got your pieces lined up correctly and you don't glue them on there incorrectly. All right. So the part that to me is a little bit confusing for some reason is we're going to start with the first one. It's going to go right here like that. And so it's not going to be adhered on the right hand side underneath. It's only going to be here adhered to this piece. So we're going to put our liquid glue there. And so we want it to go all the way to the edge here, but we want to leave the border here on all the 3 remaining sides. So I'm not going to put glue on those remaining edges. So just this edge and in the center. Okay, and then we pretty much want the same edge all the way around the border. Okay, and then we will open it up and do the next piece, and there'll be just a little bit of a border around it. We adhere it. I like using the liquid glue because you can move the pieces around. All right. Okay, and then the next piece, and you want to be sure that on these pieces that are close to the score line that you don't cover up the score line because you don't want to bend your paper. Whoa, upside down. So it's going to go approximately right there. Okay. And then the next one is a 1-inch piece, and 1 inch, a basic white piece, and it is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and all these dimensions will be on my blog, creativetreehouse.blog, for you to look at, and a list of the products as well. So I think I'll go ahead and adhere it, and we'll put I'll just put the sentiment on in a minute after. Usually I prefer to do the sentiment first. Okay, I'm going to lay it down, and I've got glue on it, but I'm not going to put it all the way down, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, I don't want to completely, because I want this to lay there and see if, and I'm seeing a little white there and a little bit of white here. Okay, so I'm going to slide it up some. I'm also thinking maybe I didn't cut this one as small as it needs to be. It's still showing. All right, move it a little more. See if it shows on the top now. A little bit. And so, yeah, my piece for some reason is just a little bit longer than it should be. All right, that looks pretty good. I think I've got it. So now I'll press it down because you want it to be, when it's closed, you don't want to be able to see the white. All right, now let's work on sentiments. All right, I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight, and I've already used one of the circle dies from the Stylish Shapes die set. And so I've got that cut out. So the next thing that I'm going to do is get a piece of white, the basic white, and we'll do our sentiment. And I think I like the Merry and Bright one for this, so I'm going to get my Misty Moonlight and ink up the stamp it. I like the fonts on those. I think it's very pretty. And let me put this over here to clean it. And now what I'll do is I'm going to use the 1 3/4 inch punch. I can't remember if this is one that returned or not, but hopefully so. If not, you can improvise and create ones with, it doesn't even have to be a circle, but I chose a circle. All right, we'll punch that and adhere that to our Misty Moonlight circle. And then you can choose if you would like to glue it directly on, or if you'd like to have it to be up on dimensionals. And I think I'm going to glue this one on. I think some of the other ones, but just be sure that you put the glue just on the right side, otherwise you will glue it all together and it will no longer be a Z-fold card. All right, I love all the lights on the tree, so I'm going to bring it down so that I don't cover up as many of the lights. All right, so my glue is only on this part, so it opens. Isn't that fun? All right, and then I'm going to do a sentiment there. I think, do I get a sentiment there? There should be the joy. Yep, there it is. Okay, from that same stamp set. Now we'll test my ability to make it straight or not. A joyful Christmas to you. That's relatively straight. All right, and that is all there is to it. I was thinking that I might, and I'll try it. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna get I keep feeling like there needs to be something else here, and I've tried so many different things and nothing has worked. So let me see what size this is. All right, I think I'll just cut like a piece of, I'm going to do 1 inch, and then I'll make it 5.5. And let's just see what we think. If I stuck this under here and gave it just a little bit of a border. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like it that way? Does it look better without it at all, like that? Or I could also make it different widths. Or maybe just barely have one. Let's see what that would look like. Like almost a 1/16 of an inch. You know, I kind of like that one. Let's try that. All right, sounds good. And you can leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you liked it with the white or not the white, or how much white should show. All right, I'm going to tuck that in there, and we're going to get it down to about a 1/16, somewhere between an 1/8 and a 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, I think I like that. I do, and I think, if I have another one, I'll show you. Yeah, here's the other one. So now you can see whether you like it with the white or without the white. I think I'm a fan of this one, at least for this particular pattern. I think I like that. So that is it. There you go. I really like it. It's just a fun DSP. That's great. And then this kind of acts like a little pull almost for your card. So what do you think? You like it? Well, I appreciate you joining me in the treehouse, and I try to come once a week or so, and I'm going to be starting to do some lives, I believe. So that'll be fun. Get all my technology working first. And again, you can find the measurements and things and the products on my blog, creativetreehouse.blog. And you can also, from the blog, you can sign up for my newsletter. And on my newsletter, you'll be able to find out what's happening in the treehouse. There's lots of in-person classes, and there's also some online things. We're even going to have a retreat in January. So much going on. So check it out. And for now, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.